Hi, everybody. Michael Guberti, digital marketing strategist, co-founder of Guberti Giving, nonprofit that helps youth, single moms, and veterans. Happy to be interviewing today a very exciting guest that we met earlier, and I'm very happy to discuss her both expertise, how she helps people, really impacts them in a positive way. Nathalie Fiset, MD, thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. And congratulations on your nonprofit. I'm really impressed that you and your brother are already giving back at such a young age. It's very encouraging for us, the older generation, to know that the world is in good hands.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you very much for saying that. And I can tell you, though, one giver to another, I understand that you have medical missions work you do with also very nicely ties into what you do as a whole, if you could share.
Yes, I've been doing medical missions since 2005 in third world countries. I went in 80 after the earthquake, which was very impressive. I built a school with my father because my father was a builder. So I said, let's leave a legacy. So we built a school in Mexico. And since I collected so much money, we had extra. So we did 11 roofs and 11 days on people that live in pallets. They're Walmart pallets. So he put a roof over their heads so now they could sleep without having rain on them. So that was awesome.
That is just excellent. So it was a family effort of
Yes.
empowering people and really making a difference. And you continue to make a difference so much so that you go to third world, other countries, and you bring them very often the gift of sight.
Yes, yes. I've been doing a medical study for proof of concept because I'm just starting with what we're going to discuss about eyesight and high health. And I wanted to have a proof of concept. So I went to Guatemala and I split the group in two randomly. They were taking a ticket, group A, group B. And group A was doing my method of not using reading glasses because I'm 54 and I can read without glasses. And there's 4 steps which we're gonna discuss. And it also applies to younger people. You need to take care of your eyes right now, especially since younger people are often at the same focus, using their computer, their cell phone, like way too much, which is harming their eyesight. So group B was using reading glasses, and group A all got better after a month, which even surprised me, even though I was expecting the results. The results were more surprising than what I had. So group A, the people using my method, either stayed the same or improved in 1 month. And one woman needed 1.0 the first time I saw her, the reading glasses, like the ones you buy at Dollar Tree. And after 1 month, she says, I don't need your glasses. I can see clearly. And it was like almost a miracle. I'm like, okay, I was in shock. And group B, which was people using reading glasses, they all needed to increase the strength, which proves what we already know. And it's actually contradictory. If you look on the internet, I was looking last night, and some ophthalmologists are saying, no, the eyesight gets bad because they're getting older. So they're kind of explaining it, but it's not. It's the reading glasses that it's making it worse.
To everybody listening, let me tell you, can you tell Nathalie is an expert about this? So much so that, just so you know, Nathalie Fiset, MD, is a retired family physician who is still doing medical missions work, as you heard, in third world countries. And she's done extensive television, radio, newspaper, podcast, magazine interviews in Canada on another subject. But I will tell you, relative to sight, as you've been mentioning, I am very much interested in how you got into that space
Okay.
to begin with.
Well, actually, when I turned 41, I started pushing the book back like everybody does. And the letters were blurry in my book. And I called my sister, which is like 15 months older than me. And she goes, well, you're getting presbyopia, old age, like eyesight. So she goes, just buy dollar store glasses. And when you reach 3.5, you just need to go buy at the optometrist because they don't sell over 3.5. Now they do, actually. They go as high as 6. But that's like a fish tank size or bottom of a Coca-Cola bottle. So I started using reading glasses, but after a couple of months, the letters were blurry again. So I bought a stronger pair. And right before putting it in front of my eyes, I said, there must be a better way. My body's not flawed that at 40, that's it. I'm going to be old and my eyes are like giving in on me. So I researched everything, and I have a lot of my friends in med school that ended up being ophthalmologists, and everyone that I call said, no, it's old age. There's nothing you can do. You can do LASIK, you can do contacts, and you can do glasses. So I researched everything, and there was nothing about what I was looking. It was a bit about Dr. William Bates, which showed in the 1800s years about doing eye exercises, but he eventually needed reading glasses anyway. So it was part of the secret, but not quite. So eventually I found my method, which is 4 secrets to normal vision. I'm 54 and I can read without glasses. And funny thing is, 2 weeks ago, I was with my sister who's 15 months older, who told me about reading glasses and everything. And she does you use one contact, so it's kind of a different, one contact for reading and one for further down. But your brain is not used to that. We're not supposed to have 2 different eyesight. So I don't know in the long run if you get insomnia or headaches or what if, but I wouldn't go for that. So anyways, she didn't have her contacts on, so people would bring her things to read, and she was like, I can see, and she was kind of panicking, and I was like, okay, I'm on the right track here.
Well, certainly being able to see clearly, you think about how fundamental that is to the human experience, and you have found a way, regardless of when one was born, to see clearly, which is incredible. Now, let me ask you a question. With all your experience in this area, if you had to summarize what you've learned or what you want people to do in one sentence, if you could think about doing that, what would that sentence be?
Well, trust that your eyes will give you perfect vision. That's the main thing. And then you have to take action in providing your eyes with the elements they need to give you perfect vision. That's a long sentence.
But an important sentence. So, okay.
Yeah. I forgot to say the medical disclaimer that we have to go through, because we're talking about health and everything. We're not diagnosing, treating, or anything. See your healthcare specialist or eye care specialist for any opinion. This is for entertainment only, but do pay attention because this is good.
Completely understood on that.
Yes.
So then, with that in mind, trusting your eyes and then also helping them out, doing the exercises, what are some, if someone was going to say, I'm going to commit 10 minutes of my day every day to doing eye exercises, what
Actually,
should
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You don't need 10 minutes, you need 1 minute.
one
And if you're in traffic, you've got that minute, red light, okay? So, or you're watching TV commercials, like they're 2 or 3 minutes. So you don't need to devote time. And honestly, my method has 4 steps, and one of them is I created eye drops to provide nutrients directly in the eyes. Because even if you eat well or if you take supplements, there's a long way from the stomach to the eyes. And the eyes are not vascularized well, so absorption is not so good. So I created eye drops. But I miss eye drops, just like you miss your wrinkle cream a couple of days. You just go to bed, you're tired. And and one friend was asking me, he goes, is your vision still improving? And I'm like, I haven't paid attention because it's already normal. How can you improve normal? I'm not gonna see through like Superman see through clothes or whatever.
right?
But I kind of, yeah, you're right. It's been perfect for a couple of years ever since I started researching this. So it's cool.
Fascinating. And 4 steps you mentioned. So it's not, you don't even need 10 minutes, you need 60 seconds of your life. And
Oh, yes.
everybody can do that. So what are those 4 steps that you mentioned?
Well, the first one, and it doesn't apply to your younger audience, but the first one is you have to get rid of the reading glasses, because it's like using a crutch. You're weakening the muscles. It's as if you started using a crutch and then you go in a wheelchair and then you're bedridden. Your muscles don't work. And it's the same thing for the eyes. They have to work the muscles. So that's the exercises. But the lenses are just a crutch. So you need to get rid of the lenses. I had at a meeting that I went last week, a lot of people that were like older asked me, well, I wear 3.5. I'm not going to put them on. I'm going to, bump into things. Then they have to wean themselves. Okay. So you buy like 3, then you go 2.5. And don't grab your glasses the second you need to read something. Like, let's say I have a card here. take a deep breath, and it's just like our muscles are older. Like, sometimes I don't start running, I have to warm up my muscles. So same things, you have to respect your age. So you have to take a deep breath, and then it's going to get into focus, especially if you do the eye exercises. So the third element, I briefly mentioned it, is nutrients. And honestly, I'm not going to eat a bowl of kale every day. It's not going to happen in this lifetime. So the nutrients is a lot of greens and all the colorful vegetables. So squash, of course, carrots. Our mothers were right. That's a carotene, like a precursor of vitamin A. And it's all the antioxidants. So I have a supplement. Again, sometimes I forget to take it, and still it won't go blind in one day or whatever, but it's a long run thing. So, and also the supplements is the same that they use in the ARED study, age-related eye disease. So it protects against macular degeneration. So we're killing two birds with one stone. But what I would say again, macular degeneration, stop smoking. That's another of my pet peeves, because I'm also a certified hypnotherapist, and I've had a lot of people that I help stop smoking with hypnosis. And whatever the method you choose, if there's a smoker listening right now, I want you to, because you're getting the message. So somehow it was meant to be. So listen to this and stop smoking. Whatever you do, it's never too late, definitely.
A certified hypnotherapist. My
Yes.
goodness.
Actually, it was my own path. I was going through a rough divorce, and I said, I need a bubble around me. So I went to see a friend who's a psychologist, and he does hypnotherapy. And I said, hypnotize me, so when I'm in court, I got a bubble around me so things bounce off of me. And I guess he knew I'm a hard-headed person. He said, no magic for you, little girl. So I said, okay, you don't want to show me? I'll learn it. So I took certifications, and then I delivered a lot of babies in my medical practice. I delivered 3,700 babies. And many of my patients wanted natural birth, but they were achieving natural birth, but screaming their heads off. Right. So I taught them how to have pain control with hypnosis, which is a way different topic. And I created a program, and many women gave birth while smiling, and no epidural, no nothing. So it's really interesting.
The power when you get the mind right is incredible.
Yes.
This is really, I mean, there are so many different great directions. And we mentioned eye exercises. What?
Yes. Let's go back to, I want to say everything. I've got so many messages. But for your younger audience, what I want to say is also do no harm. So we have to back up a bit. You're going to do eye exercises, great. But you have to stop hurting your eyes. And we have to get back to electronic devices. All the studies of the government and the health organizations say, and their studies are for using your cell phone 2 hours per day. I don't know about you, but I don't know any young people who use their cell phone 2 hours per day. I did a little survey when I had my store of 100 people, and most people said they had their phone 24/7. And many, 30%, sleep with the cell phone under their pillow, which is, again, electromagnetic waves, and then it disturbs your sleep because you get all the boom boom and everything.
Yeah.
And the worst thing they can do with their cell phone for their eyes, you want to guess it?
I think I know. It's when you look at your cell phone in the dark.
Yes.
I knew it. Okay.
All right. Good job. So actually, when you're in the dark, your pupils are dilated because you want to sink in as much. You have few lights, so you want to get the most to see good. And when they use their cell phone, let's say that guy finally messaged her and she's all happy, the light comes from the device, so it goes directly in the eyes. And there's a thing we're not sure yet because we don't have that much time has passed. It's a brand new thing. We see babies using cell phones and tablets, and we're going to see the effects later on. But they were saying cataracts could be happening at a younger age. So that's something to think about. So first, I want all of your listeners to put the lowest intensity of light on their cell phones. And actually, that's what I use. And I'm 54, and I can see. Sometimes if there's little details, I will a number or whatever, I will put a little light, but mostly with the lowest intensity of light, I can see. So if I can see, you guys can see. Same thing if they're, and the other thing is lower your downtime. Like I was in New York last week and I saw two people bumping into things because they were watching their phone. So it's actually dangerous for your health because they really hit that pole. So again, you don't need to check your messages every 5 minutes. You don't need to be on the phone. And if you, let's like take a resolution to lower our downtime on phones, okay? Like right now, same thing with the computer. It's screen, again, put it lowest intensity. And if you have to work on computers, because we all do, there's the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, take 20 seconds break and look at 20 feet far. So that way your focus is changed. You're not always focusing on the same thing. Because if you always do the same thing to your body is going to be getting like, how should I say, just like a runner. Sometimes running is great for your health, your heart and everything, but sometimes your knees give up because you're always doing the same thing. So it's the same thing for your eyes. You have to use different, and we'll get to the eye exercises, which will combine everything together. But first, no cell phones at night, and you need your break, you need your sleep, you need your REM sleep. So put it away, not under your pillow, away, okay? It's not that important. They'll still be here in the morning, okay? Yeah. And you need like a good way of life. Second is change the intensity to the lowest of the brightness because you're harming your eyes. And there has been some cases, and we're going to see more and more because we're just at the beginning of this, the overuse of cell phones and the overuse of computers. So we're going to have to train ourselves and do things differently to protect our eyes. And third is using less your cell phones. You don't need to be like 24/7 on it. And often it breaks my heart to see people at a restaurant. They're all together and they're all on their cell phones. There's a human being next to you. Just talk to them. Because then they go home and then they text that person that they were next to. So quality time.
You're absolutely right. And you see that all the time wherever you're eating. Somebody is talking to somebody, but on their phone, and they're sitting across from someone who's doing the same thing. I do understand. The eye exercises, I really want to get into those after I ask you, what are your thoughts on, and this could go either way.
Okay.
These are not reading glasses. These are, you see the blue tint on these?
Okay.
Well, I've been told, and it's J&S is the brand, so I figured I would ask you if it's apparently anti-blue light, non-reading glasses. Ever hear of these? Or I just figured I would ask.
I heard of these, but I would be cautious. I didn't test them, honestly, so I don't know. But let's get less blue light inside our eyes. So definitely the brightness to the lowest, and get our downtime lower. Instead of putting the glasses and saying, oh, they should work, and then going from there. Same thing. I was talking to someone, and he says, I don't need reading glasses. I just put the fonts very big. Same thing. You're like, okay, I don't need a crutches. I have the scooter, the motorized scooter. You're not using your muscles. Same difference. Okay.
Right. You're right, because you're essentially not letting your eyes work out. You're not letting them look.
Yes.
If you make everything bigger. And speaking of eye workouts, let's get into these exercises. What are some of your favorite ones?
Oh, they're all my favorites, actually. The one I like because you can do in traffic, like I was saying, red light. You're gonna do I coined that term, eye push-ups, which is basically you're gonna look close and then you're gonna look further down. Okay, so we all have fingers, hopefully. So you put a finger at eye level, 12 inches from your nose. You're a little too far. No, closer. Put it closer. There you go. 12 inches to your nose, eye levels. So you look at your finger and then you look behind your finger as if you're looking through your finger. So the sight really has to go on both sides. So you look at your finger and you look behind. And if you see my eyes, they're going cross and yours are going, so you're doing it right. I was showing that to a woman that was over 50 last week, and she goes, "Well, my eyes hurt," and I'm like, "That's good. It's like going to the gym. You're waking up your muscle. That means
Right.
they haven't worked for decades." She had glasses in front of her. And getting back to glasses, the best pair I have is the pair of my two eyes. They're always at hand because I know so many people that are, where are my reading glasses? They own 5 pairs, but they can never find one. My eyes are always like right there. So it's meant to be. So eye push-ups. And when you're looking in the distance, you're actually going to see that your finger is double. That's a sign that you're doing it right. Okay.
Yes.
The other thing is you can change the distance. And since you're young, I was telling you, put it closer, because the more you're going to put it closer, the more cross-eyed you're going to be. So the more your muscles are going to do the exercises.
Oh.
It's normal when you do eye exercises to sometimes feel a little nauseous, because since you're moving your eyes, it's as if you're on a boat. If it happens, you take a deep breath, you relax, and you go back to it later on. Okay. And this one is very easy to do. And if you're like concerned people are looking at you in your car or at your computer, whatever, you can always take an object and focus at it, and then focus in the distance. So it's easy, like steering wheel, it's the right distance, and then you go further down. So that way you're really like squishing the eye muscles, and you can feel it when you do it right. So you can do that for 1 or 2 minutes, and you're done for that one.
Wow. And that would cover for you, like you're done for the day, essentially, that you've done it, and then tomorrow you do something else?
Let's say someone has been using reading glasses, or someone has been using their computer for a very long time and they have a very fixed gaze. I would like, just like at the gym, like, give it your best in the beginning, and then you're going to have just like maintenance exercises. And like I say, I skip days and I'm okay with it. Okay.
Yes. I hear. So I understand. And that's one exercise. What about some others?
Okay. The second one I was going to say is you sit straight on a chair and you relax, because when I was teaching that at people in Guatemala, they were like on a roller coaster like this, very tense up. And when you're tense, your sight goes out of whack. Let's say you're seeing a threat on the street, you're going to see blurry because your adrenaline is shooting. So you have to be relaxed whenever you do eye exercises. Also, one thing you need is hydration, which I have right there, because I'm sure we've all been hungover, and when you're hungover, your sight is out of whack, you're seeing double or blurry because you're dehydrated. And older people don't drink enough. That's a known fact. And younger people also drink a lot of coffee, which is actually diuretic, and alcohol is diuretic, so you're actually losing water. So you need to drink more water or any kind of liquid. There you go. Cheers. So second exercise is, I call it the big clock. So imagine around me a huge clock, make it as big as you can. And in front of you, that would be like 2 feet away. If there's nobody, imagine a person in front of you. And you're gonna go from 12, and you're gonna do like clockwise with only your eyes. So your head is in cement. Your head's not moving at all, okay? If your head's moving, you're not gonna exercise your eyes, okay? So yeah. So and I would teach people just by doing the fingers. And when you're looking up, you really have to reach for the sky, as if you want to see the top of your head. Okay, you really have to pull on the muscles. If it hurts, it's good. That means you're just like at the gym, no pain, no gain.
I hear you.
So I'm going to demonstrate it, but I'm going to go fast. It's usually like 3 minutes per circle, which is like commercial time if you're watching TV. So it's easy to do. You're just sitting. So you just take a deep breath and you start doing the clock. So you're going to go up, and then you do, like I said, I'm doing way faster. So you just follow. When you're on the right side, it's as if you want to see your right ear, which is not quite possible, but that's what you're reaching for. When you're at 6 o'clock, it's and then you're still going round. At 6 o'clock, it's as if you want to see China. So you just go really, really and pull. Or if you want to see your chest. And then at 9 o'clock, I'm sure you figured it out, your left ear. So you just really pull. There's a video on YouTube of Paul McCartney, the ex-Beatles, who shows eye yogas, which is pretty much the same thing. So that's pretty cool. And
Wow.
he also does diagonals. So if you go and you're actually pulling like 6 muscles while doing this. So upper left corner, lower right corner, and then on the other, you're doing an X. So you're actually pulling all the muscles. If you're short on time, we were talking about a couple of seconds, that would be a very good one. So what did I want to say? Oh, once you do the clock, then you do it very, very slowly. And like I said, you might feel nauseous, especially the first times. It's a good sign. So you go, yay, I'm nauseous. And once you're up there, you go counterclockwise because the muscles need, just like you have the biceps, you have the triceps. So you want to do both muscles in both directions.
Smart.
All right.
So you go clockwise, and you can very well do an X, and then you could do the counterclockwise, and
Yes.
then you combine that with the finger move where you start looking at that and crossing the eyes both ways. And
Yes.
so great reference for exercises are there.
And the finger, if I might get back the finger, I can actually see my digital prints, and that was cool the first time because I lost that at 41, and now I can see it. But when you get that focus, that's the focus you need for reading. So that's pretty cool.
Ah,
Yes. So the other exercises that I have is sheets. Actually, it's any kind of drawing where you have two drawings, the eye distance. You just, I'm sorry, I'm going to have a sheet in front of my face. You just put the sheet at reading distance and you bring it closer to your face until your nose touches the white part in the middle. Okay.
oh.
It was tough for me explaining that in Guatemala in Spanish, but they got it. So you're actually not focusing on the sun, because if you're focusing on here it's sun. I have other ones that are dots. I have one that are bunnies because I like to play around. So you look at the part at the white, and you bring the sheet closer to your eyes. So what's going to happen is you're going to get cross eyes. Okay. Some people told me, and there's 4 levels to that exercises. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate very fast, but you have to do it slower. So it's actually like that. So there's 4 levels, like I said. Some people told me I see 2 suns. That means you're just seeing. They're there. Your eyes are doing absolutely nothing. So keep going. Second level is people told me, oh, the suns are moving. They're getting together. So that means your eyes are like crossing. So that's good. You're starting to focus. So I'm like, okay. And I would encourage them saying, you're already at level 2. So that's good. Third level and fourth levels are getting both results. So third level, you would see 4 suns. They would double because your eyes are crossed. So you're seeing double,
Right.
which is cool. And once you see double, you're going to see that 1 or 2 of the suns are closer to you, like you're seeing in 3D. And if you look, the sun that's closer to you is again as if you had reading glasses in front of your face. So you have natural reading glasses because your focus is exactly where you need it.
Wow.
And when it happens, you can look at the letters, and it's going to be like at the gym. You're going to have good days and bad days. So when you have that focus, you're going to look at the letters. They're going to be clear. And I explain to people in the beginning, you're going to lose it, you're going to gain it. So you're going to say, oh my God, I see clearly. And then it goes away because you're just like starting. And the more you do it, the more it's going to get clear. The fourth level is you get to see 3 suns, and the one in the middle is again reading distance, perfectly clear and closer to you. You can almost touch it. So that's pretty cool. That means your eyes are really doing the focus where it should be.
Right.
So that's fun. And those aha moments where you're like, I can see clearly, and then it goes away because either you get distracted or you get adrenaline or you get again tired, so it goes back to blurry. But the more you do it, the more you're gonna control it. So that's pretty cool.
That is. So all these, you have movements counterclockwise, clockwise. You have sheets. You have suns, rabbits, dogs, all types of animals on the paper.
Yes.
Any other exercises of interest, or are those the big ones?
Well, when I was researching everything, I said, I remember in the 1980s, 1990, when I was younger, we used to look at images that were 3D. They were like all colors, and you would put your eyes out of focus. And I said, that must be a way to get your eyes to work. And sure enough, I looked on Amazon, and somebody just took the same book, slapped a cover saying, look at 3D images for presbyopia. And I was like, okay, I'm not the only one to think that. So I have another sheet, which is like a 3D image. I chose a simple one because sometimes it's hard to focus and everything. And these you do differently. You start with the paper, your nose on the middle of the paper, because you're already like blurry. And then you keep the blur. So it's a good blur. That means your eyes are really crossing. And then you put the paper slowly away from you, and you're going to see the image appear. And that means you're seeing in 3D. That means your eyes are actually focusing on the right. And you're going to see the image is closer to you again, same focus that we need. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, fascinating. So 3D imagery. Now let me ask you, for anybody who's going to try this and they're going to do it, is there ever a way to overdo it? Should you ever be cautious? Can you overdo this, or maybe you can't?
I think life takes care of our overtraining. I don't know many people who overtrain. I know a couple that do like, I have a nephew who's doing Mr. Universe. He overtrained, but for most of us, we'll never go that. We barely do enough. So I don't think it's a problem. And having good sight, you cannot have too much good sight, definitely. So no, not a problem.
You're right. Okay, now let me ask you.
One thing, your body's talking to you. So if you're nauseous, if you're tired, if you have a headache, take a break. Okay, get back to it later.
Use common sense, certainly. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now let me ask you, on the topic of sight, why is it that most eye exams are for free?
Again, I'm sure you know that answer, Michael.
Yeah, I do.
I want you to say it.
Well, maybe it's because they end up pitching or promoting glasses.
And selling, actually, it's a big business. It's a huge. And I was driving from the airport to my home, and I must have heard 5 commercials about LASIK and contacts, and it's a huge business. And the population is aging, and in 2020, which is like in 2 months, we're going to be 2.2 billion people needing reading glasses. Well, we won't, because I'm here. Yes. But there's going to be 2.2 billion people who will have to address their eyesight. So that's a huge market.
Oh.
So definitely. So that's why it's free, because you're going to pay. And reading glasses, they don't cost $500. That's all markups. Because when I was preparing my study, I had to buy reading glasses for my group who was using reading glasses. Huh? And I buy directs, it's $7 a pair. So for the ones that are stronger, the other ones are at Dollar Tree for $1. And I had a store before and I paid 50 cents. So that means they cost 20 cents to be done, not 500 or whatever. Yeah. A little word of caution also, some people say, oh, I want to be fashionable. Some people wear glasses without strength. And that's what I thought you were showing me before, the anti-glare, the anti-blue light. But some people just wear glasses for, looking smarter or everything. That doesn't make you smarter. That makes you dumber, because you're focusing on, your eyes are focusing on that. You're putting a strain on your eyes. So wear a scarf, wear a hat, wear whatever, but don't put glasses in front of your eyes, especially if you don't need it.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. It's almost like, and tell me if I have the right metaphor for this, it's like stretching your vision, which you shouldn't be doing really naturally.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I got it. So, wow. So it was just incredible to talk about A, the exercises, B, what most people are facing, C, your missions work, which is fantastic. Now, let me ask you, if someone wants to learn more from you, follow you, go to your website, contact you, how can they do that?
My main website, my portal website, is called Dr. DOCTOR, Nathalie, NATHALIE.com. And for the eyesight, and if people want the free report of the 4 elements and the exercises sheets, that's all in there for free. It's at Dr. DRC, letter C, better, BETTER.com, Dr. C Better. And I have all the misspelling. So if your people didn't pay attention, they write DOCTOR, they're going to get there. So that's what I learned from marketing. Just put all the misspells in your title. So So it's drcbetter.com.
Wow. Well, let me tell you, great to know where to contact you. Very intelligent that you use the misspellings. And I will close with this. Let me ask you to tell everybody about your book.
All right. Well, the book is behind me. It's called The Reading Glasses Lie. So actually, the name says it all. So it's my journey, how I found out. And there's a lot also of, as you can see, I like to go sidetracks because I've got so many messages to tell people. Because I see opioids, the crisis. I see Zantac being recalled. I see people getting surgeries all the time. And I'm like, you have to treat your body well, and it will render you some very great services. But I'm all for a natural approach. So, and which contradicts my background of being an MD, but that's okay. And they're both compatible, and definitely. So the Reading Glasses Lie, if people are interested, it's on Amazon.
The Reading Glasses Lie, everybody. Dr. Nathalie Fiset, thank you so much for coming on and
Thank you.
sharing your wisdom with us today. It was very appreciated. You helped us see more clearly.
All right. Nice seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you.